This sucks.
It does.
And all
Yeah. So we just lost literally the best 10 minutes of any show we've ever done in the history of the Real 3 Idiots podcast. 131 shows. That 10 minutes, we solved world hunger. We figured out who did actually kill JFK, right? And that fact that, well, we actually figured out that JFK is still alive. He actually was never there.
Yeah. He's with Elvis. They're roommates.
Yeah, he was.
And Tupac's there too.
All right. Speaking of this, and
I'm not here. I left.
You left and came back. That's kind of scary. That is really scary. All right. I got it somewhere in here. Hold on a second. Oh man, I want to make sure I get this right. Oh, okay. You guys remember Alex Jones, right?
Yeah, the Sandy Hook conspiracy theory
guy.
Mr.
Sandy Hook. I think he owes about $500 million.
Just make it $1 billion. Just run
okay.
It up, yes.
All right.
He tried to claim bankruptcy, and they won't let him.
They won't. Yeah. Oh no, because he's got tons of dough.
Tons of cash.
He one-upped himself. Now, I want you to think about this. He literally said that the Sandy Hook, the kids that were killed at the Sandy Hook school, it was all a fake, right? He went on for years and years and years. It cost him $500 million. He now has just one-upped himself. Are you ready?
Sure. What did he say this time?
Joe Biden, the one that we saw, the very last thing.
Yeah.
That is a clone.
Manchurian Candidate.
He says it's a clone.
Yeah. Clones are real now.
So
just only Democrats know how to make clones.
It's like cheating in an election. Yeah. So Alex Jones literally went out on several different things and posted online that the Joe Biden we are seeing right now is a clone, and it's one of many clones. And this was the dead giveaway for why he's a clone. He is 6 to 8 inches taller, and it was so obvious to no one except Alex Jones that he was able to figure out that Joe Biden at this present time probably doesn't exist, and that it's a clone.
Well, couldn't he just look at the camera? I was like him standing next to the people he usually stands next to and clearly see that, unless he's looking at a different camera angle.
Well, no, it's a Fletch. It's a Fletch situation. Fletch was it 6'4", 6'9" with the afro.
So wait a minute. So he's saying that it's a clone, right? Mm-hmm. And this guy's going to jail, or actually owes all this money, right?
To Sandy
for
Hook.
saying all this stuff from Sandy Hook. Yeah. Why, if clones really do exist, why doesn't he just say he didn't do it? It was his clone.
That he said. You know
it was
what?
A clone. It wasn't me. It was a clone.
You are literally
bad debate night. It was the clone.
No, he's setting this up. No, it's genius. Honestly, it's genius because you're right. That's exactly what he's going to do. In a month or two from now, he's going to be like, "Hi, I'm Alex Jones. I was out of the country for about the last 8 years.
Heard my clone got in some trouble.
Yeah, heard my clone. You guys could tell the clone was 6 to 8 inches taller. Yeah. You guys obviously he didn't do any of that Sandy Hook stuff, did he? Did he say that crazy stuff?
I told him not to.
Yeah.
I told him not to.
I totally. When I left, I told my clone. I told my clone one thing: don't bang my wife.
Yeah.
And don't say anything stupid about Sandy Hook. Exactly. Oh my God, you're genius.
Yeah.
You know what? Every time when I think somebody's going off the rails, it's a plan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I like it.
What do you have that speaker out here for?
Oh,
the JBL speaker.
The JBL speaker is here because we have theme music for the show. Finally, 131 episodes. We have theme music. Would you like to hear our new theme music?
Well, I'm glad you're doing it through that because you try and play stuff through your phone and it's terrible. It's not audible.
Terrible. Okay, would you guys like to hear our new theme music?
Yes.
Shouldn't we start it before the show?
Well, here I could
let's just start over again.
I'll just do it right now.
Just turn everything off. We'll cancel it again.
No, that was the worst. That was the worst thing. No, but literally, honestly, we did the show for about 10, 12 minutes, and Mark looks up at the monitor and he goes, "It stopped."
Yeah,
it stopped.
Good call.
Yeah, it stopped like after we said the words "hello."
It stopped again just now.
It's like talking,
no, it did not.
It's like talking to your ex-girlfriend. You're saying, "Oh, I really love you." She already hung up on you like 10 minutes ago, and you're still talking to like the dead air in the phone.
Why would you say that to an ex-girlfriend?
Well, that's why she's your ex. Because I want to talk about our feelings and our future together. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ted, I knew there was a reason I hated you when I left you.
I just got ghosted.
I'm still here, you idiot.
Yeah.
I just got phantomed.
All right. Are you guys?
I think his ex talked like this. I'm still here, moron.
Wait, what's the difference between a ghost and a phantom? We'll talk about that later. Okay.
No, we're not.
A girl won't phantom you online if you get all weird with her. All right, so let's do it. Welcome to the Real 3 Idiots podcast, and happy Father-in-Law Day. Are you guys into?
I'm going to send a text right now. I love my father-in-law.
Okay, Teddy.
FIL.
Do you get along with your father-in-law?
He's no longer.
When he was alive, Ted.
Yeah, I met him once, and he seemed like a nice guy
Wait.
with limited English speaking skills. So nothing.
You
really...
met your father-in-law one time?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, just one time.
And then he died the next day?
A couple of years later. So it's a different country. So obviously, we had to go to his home country to visit him. And actually, my wife hadn't seen him for like 20 plus years. So she had more catching up to do than I did. So
you let her talk to him?
Yeah, for sure.
And you went to a bar?
If I could find one. Actually, there are all karaoke bars out there. There's actually no bar. There's just karaoke bars, which is code for prostitution anyway. So let's just be real about that, all right?
Karaoke means prostitution?
Wait,
Out
when
there
this
it does.
karaoke night, it's really hooker night? Oh, my God.
It's hard to explain.
I literally avoid bars that are karaoke bars like they're the plague. But now that I know that it's really just hooker night, I think I'm going to change my plans.
You ever heard of professional greeters? Okay, there you go. So just
all the
connect
hookers.
the dots.
Spinks was a...
Yeah, but all the hookers are men there.
No, you know what? The singers, half the time, no, I'd say it's 50-50 when people go to karaoke bars and sing. It's about half guys, half girls. Okay, and I'm just stalling because here comes our new music. Pretty good, right? How is this not awesome?
That's pretty good.
You're going to hear this every time we do a show.
Well, how long is it? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that awesome?
Wow.
Where'd you get that from?
I found it.
You can use it legally?
Yeah, I can legally use it.
How? Why, when did you come to this conclusion?
As long as I have my pants on the entire time that I'm playing it, I can use that.
So we could use any song we want ever.
I can do anything I want whenever. Listen. There are zero rules because my clone is doing this. You just made Mark.
See?
You just made everything possible for everyone. Just so you know.
It's like real life multiplicity.
Yeah.
It's a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah. All right. So you get along with your father-in-law?
Me?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Incredibly. Yeah, I love him.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude, I could. Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's.
I think I always felt like my father-in-law just tolerated me, just barely tolerated me.
Yeah, like a crocodile that just doesn't eat a person that goes into the river, not because they care about them, they just tolerate you because they're not hungry.
Right.
So he didn't eat you because he had no interest in you.
Right.
So
He never.
he was apathetic towards you. You weren't even important enough for him to just like you just existed.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I always feel like he never killed me because he was in the army,
Yeah.
and he had done some army things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I always feel like I got my fill, but man, one more, and you're the one, my friend.
He didn't want to just do the jail time for you, that's why. So.
I actually feel bad that I don't get to spend more time with him and do more stuff with him and don't call him as much as I should.
Really?
Okay, now it's getting
Yeah.
a little. I mean, what would you guys be doing?
Yeah, what would you
hanging out? So, I mean,
No, I used to go golfing with him all the time.
Go to karaoke bars, and I'm doing.
Well, he
I'm
lives
doing,
out in another state, but when we go there, him and I would go golfing all the time, go
that's
out on the
cool.
boat. Yeah,
all right.
That's pretty cool,
that's
man.
yeah.
I'm actually hoping because Savannah's married now. I'm actually hoping, and Andy hangs out with us.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
You're like the father-in-law now.
well, and you know what? And
No,
he
is
has
the father-in-law.
Yeah, he actually golfed. So me, Jack, Andy,
Me, I golfed with him.
yeah,
I go out with him
Yeah.
once, twice. Yeah.
golfed. So I guess I don't know if I'd ever just hang out with him, just him and I, though.
Well, then you'd have to ask him to take his pants off, and then it's
What?
going to get
No,
awkward.
that's not-
I'm sorry. That's another subject.
And
All
I
right,
have no idea what you and your
I don't know.
father-in-law
Start
talked
over
about.
again. It's right at the 10-minute mark.
so- Wait, did it stop again? Okay.
No, but
I
we
wish
could.
I wish it did. I wish it did. Yeah, I don't know what you
That's
did.
what happened last time. That's how we stopped last time.
Ted,
Ted.
You
yeah.
said something so offensive, it just froze.
Ted, you constantly want everyone to take their pants off. That's all I know. But yeah,
You can
no,
put it back on.
I would actually like him to take that shirt off.
I know. Is that the ugliest shirt you've ever seen?
Pickleball.
It is.
You don't even play pickleball.
But I'm going to start
No, he's not.
now that I have this.
You'll never play. So he walks in. I'm not
It
lying to you.
looks like popsicles and soccer balls.
It does. He walked into the house and I said, that is the most hideous shirt I've ever seen. And what's the first thing you said to me?
I paid $14 for
He
it.
loves to tell me how much he paid for all his clothes. It's amazing. I'm like, oh, I like your shirt. $8 at the bargain store over on, and he gives me the address, 7525 Harlem. I'm like, I'm not going to go buy your ugly shirt.
Brand new shirt.
It doesn't matter. It's still ugly as fuck.
Right. I'm going gonna wear it next time we go. Actually, next outing we go to, I'm wearing this shirt every single day, except when it starts to smell. Then I'll have to just change shirts.
I doubt you'll change it when it starts to smell. All right, have you guys watched the Olympics at all?
Too late, Ted.
Yeah. I think Ted's natural musk. Have you guys watched the Olympics at all?
Revisiting this topic, yes, with you in a
Well,
bar.
no one knows we're revisiting this, moron.
A smattering of Olympics, a little handball, a little women's beach volleyball, a little equestrian.
And still, I cannot believe there are horse events in the Olympics.
But you have not watched it at home.
No.
Okay.
No.
It's on Peacock, NBC, and then some events are on like the Golf Channel, like the golf.
Golf is on the Golf Channel.
The golf.
Like
golf
tonight
Olympic
at 3 a.m, the golf starts.
Right. Beach volleyball is on the Beach Volleyball Channel.
Yeah.
No, but my
I'd rather watch
point
the beach
is,
volleyball.
my point is, you can't watch the Olympics unless you have a subscription to Peacock.
There is a lot of stuff.
There's nothing on. Every night we come home like 6 or 7. We're gonna let's watch the Olympics. It's all like rebroadcast.
Well, because everything's
highlights.
happening at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but there are events going on at that time too.
Just YouTube it. I'm just going to YouTube whatever. I'm going to type in U.S. Olympic Gymnastics 2024, and they'll bring up the day before, whatever. And it'll be like a tape delay. But
but
what?
they should
How many people are actually doing? How many people give enough of a shit that they're going to watch judo?
Fencing. Forgot about fencing.
Fencing.
Dude, those are to me that's what's great about the Olympics. These are sports besides handball. These are sports that you never get to watch and that you may want to watch.
Badminton.
Like I don't want to watch handball. I think that's the stupidest thing ever. I don't enjoy the water polo that much, and they're kind of both the same thing. But the badminton,
That looks
the
or
ski shooting,
ping
ping
pong.
pong,
Yeah.
the swimming especially.
Yeah, but
I
how much
love
of it
the
can you
swimming.
watch? You're going to watch 10 minutes of it, and that's it. You're never going.
Well,
you're
the
never
events
gonna,
are quick, like the 400, 400 meter, or they did the 400 relays today. That was awesome. America finished with the silver.
Are you talking about running or swimming?
No, swimming. I'm sorry, swimming.
I just don't care about swimming.
Yeah, I love watching.
Some
it,
lady
man.
from South Korea just broke the world record for shooting. She had like a pistol. They weren't showing what she was
How
shooting
many people?
at. No, she just showed, they just showed her fire. I
have
don't know.
no
what
idea how this
obviously, whatever
works.
targets there were, but I guess she just set the world record.
Oh,
for whatever.
today at the gym, 4-on-4 basketball was on. Have you seen this?
Wait,
No.
in the Olympics?
Yeah, 4-on-4.
Is it 3-on-3 or 4-on-4?
4-on-4. America was playing Serbia. It's crazy.
That is
So
pretty
you
nice.
get
Wait, they have regular basketball, and then they have 4-on-4.
It's 4-on-4.
Remember Shoot the Bull 3-on-3?
That's how I hurt my
I
knee.
couldn't remember. I couldn't figure out what the scoring, what the rules were. They played a 21, I believe, but nobody was taking any mid-range jumpers. It was all, and it's nonstop. So you make a basket.
Oh, it's half court, right?
It's all half court.
All half court.
But
I
there's
saw
no.
it. Okay,
there's
I
no,
did see that.
There's no slowdown.
Yeah.
So if you make a bucket, the other team you're done. The other team gets the ball, and they have to take it out, and then they go right at it.
Yeah.
And they're feeding everybody down low. It's either 3-pointers or inside the paint.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much the way basketball is.
So you
now.
got one guy who's like 6'11", and one guy who's like probably like 5'9" that could just shoot.
No,
threes,
they're
right?
all tall.
I know,
They're all like.
I'm sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the things I was looking at with the Olympics is, you guys heard this stuff about the opening ceremonies?
Yeah, I guess
It was awesome.
there was like a drag show with the Last Supper, is what I heard. I don't know if that's accurate, but
I
there
watched
was some,
it and I didn't even realize that was that.
I didn't
that
really
was,
see.
That was what it was.
Yeah.
Well,
We watched it live on
so
Friday.
first of all, if you're going to be outraged, you have to watch slowly, and then you have to let someone else tell you what you saw.
Yeah, because
right?
we didn't even. I go, wait, what was that? I'm like, I watched it, and I'm like, oh, that's what that was. I'm like, I didn't even realize it.
Well,
Yeah.
They
so
had a
the whole thing.
catwalk.
I
They had
just,
a
I just,
catwalk.
yeah, I just read about it.
So
I
it's
didn't actually see
hours, right? How many hours was the opening ceremony? It was
Over. It was like 2 hours.
right.
crazy.
So there was about 4 seconds of
It was
whatever this
awesome.
was, right? I'm just not going to watch. I saw some of it. I saw the things where is that where they're waving and stuff?
They were all
Yeah.
on the boats.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
did
that seemed a little
Snoop
stupid.
Dogg? Didn't they hand him a torch that looked like a big blunt?
They were all They all looked like that. That was the torch.
like a big blunt.
But I
Tony
guess
Parker carried it for a while.
Oh yeah, Tony Parker, the former
Basketball player?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the former guy
Oh,
from
nice.
San Antonio.
He was
Spurs.
one of the first
Yeah,
guys.
he's,
to
from,
do it.
he's from France.
yeah, I guess people are boycotting the Olympics now, and
Of course.
and a big name actor, solid big name actor, Rob Schneider.
Yeah. Rob Schneider, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, he got booed off a stage. Somebody just recently, on a side note, some like organization invited him to make jokes, but I guess it was like a real conservative. Yeah,
jokes?
no, it was like a real conservative organization. So they invite this guy, and then of course he just says what he's going to say. I guess he's like all political jokes these days. So he got like
No,
basically.
he's super conservative.
Yeah, he's a
No,
super
no, so
right-winger.
wherever he was invited, it didn't like whatever he was saying didn't match the target audience, so they kind of pulled him off right away. And
Did they get a hook?
He get the hook like the
Like
gong,
a
the
real
gong
life
show,
hook?
like the Gong Show with the cane. They just pull you.
So
right off the
obviously
stage.
he's got a sense of humor. Why he's a comedian? Why would anything offend him?
I guess he is a God-fearing, traditional value person. And he said that having the Last Supper where there were naked blue-skinned men and drag queens taking the place of Jesus and his frat buddies was just too much.
Frat buddies.
Well, I mean, wasn't it just Jesus and some frat buddies? I mean, wasn't that what that was? I mean, that whole thing is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just 12 guys hanging out.
Yeah,
Judas.
playing
Yeah. Hey.
playing grab ass.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
I mean,
So
they're going out, they're hanging out, they're having dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no chicks anywhere, and then
Yeah.
the one chick there is a virgin.
You know, it's so hard for me to hate that guy. I mean, but you know,
Jesus or Rob Schneider?
both. But you know, I don't know. I mean, Rob Schneider. I mean, you know, you just don't want to know anything personal about most people because then you might not like them.
But
right?
listen to what he said. This is the weirdest thing. This is why he was absolutely could not deal with the opening ceremony. He said, guys with their genitalia hanging out in front of children, drag queens. This is what he said. I wasn't sure if I was watching the Olympics or if I was watching a school board meeting. Now, this is what made me even bring this up. What the fuck is he even talking
He's
about?
just throwing out sensitive topics.
I have been to school board meetings. I was a teacher forever.
PT
I
like
had
a
to go.
PTA,
Yeah,
right?
I had to go to those meetings. At no point were there any naked people or genitalia anywhere, and I would never compare it to the Olympics or anything else.
Yeah, like
it was literally the most boring thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, like you said, if I go into the Olympics, it's like watching RuPaul's drag show. That would make more sense, right? Yeah, but a PT like a school board meeting doesn't make any. Doesn't even make any
Listen,
sense.
I think once you get to one side or the other, and I'm talking about hardcore left and hardcore right, you have 10 talking points from each side that you bring up all the time, and then when you get flustered or you're not sure what to say, you just throw it out there.
Yeah.
Isn't he the same guy that ripped on cancel? I keep saying it, cancer culture. I always say cancel culture.
Karma chameleon.
He's the same guy that was ripping on, oh, they're going to boycott this and they boycott that. Now he's boycott. How do you boycott the Olympics if you're a private douchebag citizen?
I believe
Just don't turn on NBC.
by turning it off. The chick from Full House, not the funny ones, the two little twin girls, but whoever the other one was, she's also boycotting. I guess she's super religious. One of her friends came up to her and she saw the opening things and she told her friend she was sad, and her friend said, "You shouldn't be sad. You should be mad." Mm-hmm. And then this is the girl from Cameron something.
Oh yeah.
She goes. I am. She goes, trust me, it makes me mad, but I'm more sad because I'm sad for souls. I mean, if
She's
there's
got a lot of free time on her hands.
listen, if something is this horrible, can't you just do the one thing that you have the power to do and just turn it off?
You know, I'm so lucky that I can sit and watch that and not even get. I mean, none of this even crossed my mind.
Right, not to make it weird.
If it was, first of all, I thought it was amazing. Like
all,
that
all
little
the penises, all the genitalia.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Like I don't know. I mean, that was such a small, stupid thing. I don't even know what happened there. But the other stuff with the Eiffel Tower lighting up, and the balloon.
Oh, that was cool.
Lighting, dude. The whole thing was amazing.
That was really
and
cool.
opening the guy running across the buildings and stuff, doing that.
I did not see any of that.
Dude, it was amazing. He was carrying a torch. He was going all through France, and
He's running through France with a blunt.
on top of buildings and shit like that, like that
Like
video game.
parkouring?
Yes, that's the sport. That's what it's called.
Everything was
Is that in the
amazing.
Olympics too?
No, but I don't know. Maybe it is, but he was doing. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Everything was amazing except the orgy porno like
Yes.
Last Supper
Yes.
scene.
Right.
Everything was great besides that.
So I did a little research. I did a little research on the Last Supper, and there have been a lot of things that people have done with it. There's one with dogs.
Yeah, I've seen that.
There's one with fast
I've
food
seen-
mascots.
I've seen that.
The
I've actually seen
Sopranos.
the mural
Yeah.
I've seen at
There's the
people's houses.
Sopranos one. You see the Sopranos one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one, and this one I thought was way worse than drag queens and guys in blue. There was a clown one.
I was just gonna say that.
Oh,
I was
my
just gonna
God.
say there's a clown one.
There's
be a
there's a Lego.
Yeah.
You can buy or get the directions for
Yeah.
Lego Last Supper. I want you to think about this. I want you to walk into somebody's house. Okay, so you're meeting a guy. You and your wife are going to dinner.
Wait, are you
and there's
serious,
a couple.
Clark?
Yeah, there's a couple of people, right? And you walk in, right? And you see a picture of the guy's family. Then you look over there and you see a good-sized Lego Last Supper.
What,
I-
a
are you just-
real Lego thing
yeah,
that you
Legos.
put together?
Yes. There are directions online, and the kits to buy and all this stuff.
Okay, it's not
where you
but
can
it's not,
build.
Okay, yeah.
Where you can build, and
Yes.
some guy did it. Build a Lego.
Yeah, lots of people
Last
do
Supper.
that post. Yeah, it's a custom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they're not selling it in a box.
I don't think so.
I think what
there's
you're
just
talking
plans.
about is one of those things where you could. Yeah,
They
people
have
do
it,
that all the time.
But if you walk into somebody's house and you see a Lego Last Supper, are you staying? I'm walking out, man. There's no way somebody put effort and time
What's for dinner?
to make the Last Supper.
What's for dinner?
I'm
What
going
are
to
they
guess.
cooking?
I'm going to guess there's going to be bread. There's going to be some water, and there's going to be some betrayal.
There's gonna be water that's gonna turn into wine or
No,
blood.
I mean, would you even want to be there? You're just like, all right, which one of you guys is which one of you guys is going to do this?
But you would be there if it was a dog, the dog's Last Supper.
You know what? I got to tell you,
I've seen
any
that a few, I've seen that
Last
a few-
Supper.
I've seen that in a few people's
No.
houses actually.
You know what? You got me. Any Last Supper, I'm going to have to leave.
Even the Sopranos one.
Yeah, because it's just weird if you like Sopranos that much and you like Last
It's
Supper
just a
that
weird
much.
thing. It's just a weird thing to conflate. You know, it's weird.
It really is. It's too much for me.
I think it's a mirror. I won that mirror at the carnival. The Sopranos Last Supper mirror.
Remember we used to get carnivals had such great stuff. Rabbit's feet.
Yeah. The mirrors.
Mirrors. Oh man, gosh, you know what? I'm gonna go to a carnival and I'm gonna
you
play
could just
a
go
game.
to Six Flags. They got all that shit there too.
Do they? You know what? I haven't been to Six Flags since I got like a concussion. We went to what's that place in Ohio with all the roller coasters?
Oh yeah,
Sandusky.
Yeah. We went there and I rode like 8 roller
Cedar
coasters.
Point, right?
Cedar
Cedar
Point.
Point.
And I got a concussion from my head banging over, and I was just like, from then on, I just dropped the kids off and.
Would you
went
go to
home.
pick up your car keys or something?
No, man. I was on. I think I rode. You got to ride 10 roller coasters to get the T-shirt, and I think when I was done, I mean, I could barely walk,
You get a lot of concussions.
dude. I do. I think there's something wrong with my brain.
I've been saying that for years.
CTE.
Yeah, there's CPD, LRP. All right, we got to do Teddy's tips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we are way too far, and I'm sure a lot of people is like, what are you guys not doing this?
You didn't even do the intro to the show, did you?
I did
with the
I
music
did,
and
I played
everything. See, I don't remember now. We did
because
two
we did
shows.
2 shows. Because we did 2 shows.
I'm
Best 10
confused.
minutes ever. Literally, do you want to hear the music again?
No,
Are you sure?
you're not gonna. No, we'll talk about it later.
What?
I have a lot of questions about this. Ted and I were not consulted on this. We just show up to the studio and all of a sudden you got a new theme song. You're naked,
Well,
and then the show stops recording after 10 minutes, and we got to start over.
That was an
I
accident.
don't
but-
think it was an accident, Ted. I think he forgot to do
maybe,
this.
Maybe it was a happy accident.
Wait, why won't it play? Oh, Jack's playing. Oh, damn it! Jack's playing his thing someplace else. I can't get it to play.
He's at work right now. He's on a treadmill.
How do you not like this?
It's cool.
Oh, Jack's changing it back. He's got his.
What the hell was that?
No, that Jack's. So we share a Spotify.
I know, but what was he listening to?
He was listening to "Alcoholics" by Jay Sheff.
Nice.
Yeah, I actually like a lot of his music. He's actually pretty good. All right, we need to do Teddy's tips, but first, Mark, do you have a song or a poem today?
I don't.
You have nothing.
No.
You have absolutely nothing.
No. But you have something.
Brings nothing to the table.
Oh, just random music now. Just random music that
That's
Jack's
bad.
playing.
That is pretty funny.
That is just. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn it all off so that we don't don't have that. Yeah. Damn it! I really like that song. That is one of my favorite songs. All right. Let's see. It's time for Ted's tips. The Surgeon General has stated that Ted's tips, along with a healthy breakfast and exercise, can reduce the chance of hysterical blindness in children.
I did have a poem, but it was for the last show that we started earlier.
But you didn't do it.
Oh,
You don't remember that you didn't do that.
no.
Okay. It'd be the law. You know what we're going to call that one? The Lost Show. Yeah. Just the best 10 minutes of podcasting. We went on every award.
Ted's reading the tip right now.
Is
I
it
love
like
this.
is that like Geraldo opening Al Capone's vault? There's nothing in there.
Yeah. And what's inside there? A failure. A massive, giant, horrible,
a ratings drop.
ugly.
You know, I told you guys about my buddy who's got a house in Wrigleyville. It's an old brick, one of those brownstones, a 3-flat.
And Geraldo broke
And-
open one of the walls.
No, we used to hang out in his basement all the time. and he had to do some work, and they found a tunnel that led to a room out near Addison on the Parkway. So it's right on Addison Avenue. So in front of his house, there's an underground tunnel in a room. So when they were out there digging, they dug it up and they discovered it.
Wait, what?
I swear to God. And you know what he did? Nothing. They just covered it up. He didn't even open it or anything. It was a room that led to his house.
And he didn't pop the...
No. They didn't. Nothing. It was
Hold on. Let me call Geraldo right now.
It was like the gas company or something.
Is Geraldo dead?
No.
Okay.
His brain dead. He's on Fox all the time. He was. They got down there and they're like, "Hey, there's a fucking room down here, dude." Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, okay."
I'd be a little curious about that. Wouldn't you be a little curious about?
I'm not so sure that he didn't know
bodies.
about it and that you can get to it from inside the house. But there's no way to get to it from inside the house. I don't think.
Oh, there
but
was.
it goes to the house.
There was.
So maybe he know. Maybe
there was clearly a way to get there.
But it was their parents' house. It's a long story, but I was like,
Swingers?
I'm like, Joe, I can't believe. I mean, you just told him no, just no.
So allegedly, at the golf course I'm at Chevy Chase, allegedly, because it's right by the river,
right?
That there's all these tunnels because Al Capone owned the mob owned.
Wait, Chevy Chase is by a river?
Yeah, there's a river right there. It's just kind of due east, but I guess the mob owned that, and I guess there's a whole bunch of tunnels that went to the river, and that's how they brought booze into the golf
No
course.
shit.
Yeah, makes sense.
I've been down there. Yeah, you can see some of
pretty-
them.
that's
Some
pretty
of them, I mean, they're all kind of boxed up.
Yeah.
Most of them, but some of them are not. But you can only go a certain distance and everything.
There's
but yeah,
so many places like that in the city of Chicago. Like, what's that place?
What about the Green Mill? The
Green
Mill
Mill.
Lounge
The
Yeah.
Green Mill's got.
on Broadway and Lawrence.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of, Ted. So the Green Mill has a behind a bar. It's still there. It's a tunnel. It goes out onto Broadway. Like, you can go down and walk through and go out to Broadway.
wait, you can just do it?
Where's
No, you can't. But it's still there. They didn't do anything.
Where would it spit you out on Broadway, like in the middle of the street?
On
Away
like
from
across street
away
from
from the cops.
Exactly. Obviously.
across street from the Riviera Theater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All
And
right.
Al Capone used to sit there. They have his booth. It's got all mirrors.
Oh, this is like a getaway in case somebody came in to get him.
Right. Yeah, and he always sat at the one booth and he faced the mirror so he can always see.
Coming, yeah.
His back wasn't to. It's weird. It's a setup, but he could see the entrance from all directions.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a tunnel behind the bar.
And then a baseball bat just to make sure that he could knock somebody in the head. All right, Teddy, are you ready for your tip?
Yes.
Okay. I did send this many days ahead of time. You saw it before.
Yes.
Okay, so you're just rereading it now for fun.
Yes.
Okay. Ted, I need your help. I was married about 9 months ago. I love this part. No jokes, please, Matt. Do I make jokes about stuff like that?
Only if they didn't make it to 12 months, I guess you would. Right? So.
Yeah. You got 3 months to go before it's
9 months pregnancy.
Oh, was that
shotgun
the joke I was
wedding?
gonna,
It's a shotgun wedding.
That was the joke I was going to make? I feel like I was going to do better than that. My cousin came to the wedding and got us the shittiest gift possible. It was a $20 salad spinner from Target, not on our list. He wrote in black marker on the box, "From Margot and Jerry." Now, before you assume, and I'm sure this is for Ted, both he and his soon-to-be wife have very good jobs. He's just kind of a turd. Okay. They are getting married in a couple of months, and we still have the gift unopened. I want to regift it. My wife says don't do it. We will let you decide. Armand, 37, and Violet, 35, Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, well, congratulations to the honeymoon couple, you guys. Yeah, I mean, my advice would be...
Don't just immediately side with his wife. Don't do that,
no,
please.
I wasn't going to. I was just...
Okay.
I just have to pick a side because they asked me to.
No,
so.
you don't have to pick a side. You can pick justice and truth and reality.
Okay. So if it was me, I would not regift it because number one, that kind of makes you look a little petty. Even if it makes you feel good. I'm assuming you were invited to their wedding, of course, and maybe they have a wedding registry, maybe they don't. Yeah, what I would do, obviously, if you have no use for a salad spinner, maybe just take it to your local Goodwill or Salvation Army, donate it to a good cause. You can leave it in the box. What I would do is
then get another even shittier
No,
gift.
the salad spinner is good.
No, what?
Just go on.
No, I would get like an obscure, get kind of the same thing, like an obscure kitchen device that maybe costs like say $15, and just do it the same way. Just write from Armand and Violet.
You just told him to take the high road and not stoop to that level. Now you're telling him
no, it's a completely different
to
gift.
do an even worse job.
It's a different gift.
to a different level.
It's a different level.
That's what Ted's saying.
You were starting off, you're like, I wouldn't do that because it's blah, blah, blah. And then what I would do is get a shittier gift.
Look, when they go low, we go high. Oh, I'm sorry. That meant something else. I mean, when they go low, you go lower.
No, you know what? I love this. Ted's absolutely right. Don't re-gift it. Because then there's no creativity.
Yeah,
in
no
that.
creativity.
But
yeah.
why don't
You find
that's
something?
That's not why you said not to regift it, though.
Well, number one, you don't want to just re-gift. Yeah, you're right. There's no creativity, and like I said, it
not what
does.
you said.
Right, it does make you kind of look a little bit petty when you re-gift it, because that's basically you're saying that I've thought. Think about it. They've thought about this gift that's been basically pissing them off for months now or weeks.
See, but that's the thing. It's been. This is a problem for Armand. This has been bothering him,
which is pretty. It's pretty in the scheme of things. That for something to bother you, this is pretty obscure in the scheme of things. I get it. And, maybe some people just aren't good gift givers. Maybe he's not a maybe they're not cheapskates. Maybe they just couldn't think of anything, or they didn't think it was a big deal. I know they say, well, it's the thought that counts.
Couldn't you just give money then?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a terrible gift giver, you know what the best gift in the world is? Money. Money's a great gift.
Normally, you have a wedding shower in the registry.
Right, a registry. That's what he said. I think he said it wasn't on the list.
And then you have.
So I'm assuming.
Well, some people may not do a shower. They just have a registry and have a party. Because I always give cash. And that's bad. Because I don't remember what the fuck I give people. I mean, I'm very, very generous. And I give. So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my cousins all got married, like, within a year and a half. Actually, two, brother and sister.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what I got him. And then she got married. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Because I don't write it down. Kelly's like, you got this? I'm like, because it's my family.
Right.
I'm like, yeah.
So you
Just
think
give me the
somebody
card.
could be mad at you because you
No,
gave somebody
there's
more
no,
and
no.
somebody less?
No.
I got the perfect gift. Give him a $15 gift card to Steak and Shake. Problem solved. or somewhere like that.
That's even worse.
Steak and Shake. Make sure just make sure whatever. Okay, so theirs was $20. Yours is going to be $19.95.
No, Ted, even better. Like a place that nobody would be able to go to, like a Stone Cold Creamery.
As long as there's not one in there.
There's like not. I got a gift card for that one time coaching T-ball 20 years ago. No, I'm sorry, it was soccer. Nearly 20 years ago. I still have that card. Yeah. We laugh about it.
Use it for a
there isn't one
bookmark.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Where's the one at? Do you know? Have you ever seen one?
I think there's one. I don't know if they're shut down, but there used to be one in Michigan, but you're not going there.
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
I think
there's one in Indiana.
There was supposed to be one in like downtown Chicago, like on Lincoln Avenue, but you'd have to Google it. I don't know.
You're going to drive downtown to go get
I'm
20
not-
bucks for
or
the ice
If
cream.
I'm going downtown, man, I'm not taking
Uptown.
Lincoln Avenue
Yeah.
It's all downtown.
because it's
all
not
downtown.
downtown.
It's all downtown. Okay, so Teddy, what you're saying is don't re-gift. It makes you look like a douchebag.
Makes you look petty. Yep.
It makes you look petty.
Yeah.
Be
Keep the salad spinner.
be pettier.
Be pettier.
More petty?
Yeah. No, just be less
Be
thoughtful.
Brian
no,
Petty.
just
I had a buddy
no,
named
just
Brian.
be, just be
Richard
less
Petty?
Richard Petty.
just be less thoughtful. Just be less thoughtful. Just say, we're gonna get you a $15 gift card to, like, I said Steak and Shake, or just some obscure, or you know what, like the Outback Steakhouse where like they still have to pay it's basically just to cover the tip. They still have to pay for the full bill out of their pocket. Like if $15 will cover like the tip. You know?
No,
or the
you get a
appetizers.
gift card for a free dessert
Yeah.
at Outback Steakhouse. So they have to buy the whole meal.
Yeah.
And then they can get a free dessert.
Yeah. Something like that.
Okay. I mean, Mark, is that your thing?
No.
Are you saying get a real gift and be a better
I
Or
person?
don't know.
Hooters. Get a $15 gift card to Hooters.
There's a lot of dynamics
I like that
involved.
one.
There's a lot of dynamics
because that
involved
one
here.
that kind of sends a little bit of a subtle message. Like, I don't know what message it sends, but it's kind of a subtle.
But that seems like you're rewarding him.
I
Right? 'Cause he gets to go to Hooters.
Well, not after you try the wings there. Then
The
that'll
food
be
there's-
that'll be
The
punished.
food at Hooters is terrible.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
And you'll be subjected to photos of Tiger Woods from the 1990s posing with the Hooters waitresses, or the guys from the 1970s.
Bill
and 60s.
Belichick.
Yeah, so.
Dan Marino.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see all
Be
that.
so- and that's
No,
more of a family restaurant.
I would
now.
follow Ted's advice. I would say this. This is such a there's so many dynamics involved in this because it's a relationship thing. We have no idea the dynamics of this family and that relationship.
Well, they want to get him really bad, obviously. Whatever.
Well, no, they're just asking you what their idea is to regift it.
Yeah,
And
so,
she's like, his idea is like, we'll just fucking regift it.
yeah. Well, like I said, my opinion is don't regift. Keep it or donate it to a charity of your choice, because somebody will use a salad spinner eventually.
We use ours all the time.
You know what? Here's what I say. So follow Ted's idea. Like, get the worst gift card of all time. The worst gift card of all time. Figure
Like Borders bookstore, like $10 or something.
But
you know?
here's
yeah,
the deal.
Get you like a magazine.
There's two in America.
I'll say this to the cheap cousin's defense. What is an expensive salad spinner? Because ours is exactly. I know what they got. It's the white, like plastic one that you get at Target. It's got an outer bowl and an inner bowl.
Yeah,
and it's just a salad spinner. That's it. There is no expensive salad spinner.
I think the concept is if you were.
It's a good gift.
But it's not on the list. If you were just going to spend.
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Like people register for stuff. So let's just say that.
So they probably regifted it to them. They got it from somebody for something or other. And
oh, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. They might.
They've probably had this thing on the shelf.
It's probably sitting in there. Yeah. Because who's going to buy a salad spinner? I mean, because they don't really put any thought into that. They probably had it already, and they're like, oh, let's just get rid of. Let's clear out some clutter.
It has to go back.
Let's clear out some clutter.
You have to give it back. If you even listen, Armand, if you even have a concept of believing that was a gift that they regifted, you have to give it back.
Well,
Do not get a gift card. Give that thing back immediately.
Yeah.
The gift card should not exceed $10. That's what I'm trying to say.
You went from 15
you can add
to 10?
Or 15.
Here, I'll tell you what.
And it has expiration date of 30 days.
This is what I want. This is what I want him to do. Take the box, scratch the name
tomorrow.
out. Yeah, scratch the name out with marker. Right on the other side, right, Armand and Violet, and then add a $10 gift card to the worst place.
Yeah, and then tape it there with Scotch tape on the side, like the box. Yeah.
What is something that is going to recently go bankrupt that you could buy a gift card right now, but it won't be around?
Red Lobster.
There you go, Red Lobster, perfect. Go find a Red Lobster.
With a
order it online.
2-week expiration date.
Bed Bath & Beyond in store only.
Is Bed Bath & Beyond not a thing?
Yeah,
it's all online
They
now.
filed for bankruptcy. Yeah,
They close their brick and mortar.
yeah,
places.
all their retail.
But they're
stores.
still online.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that makes. I mean, why not just be online? I don't know. When's the last time you guys? Let's do this. When's the last time you went to an honest to God store and you walked in that wasn't a grocery store?
I just was at Dick's today.
Really?
I go to Dick's once a week.
I can't.
I was at TJ Maxx.
I want to so
TJ Maxx.
I used to all the time, but I can just order. I can just order everything, and honestly, the sports I play, I have everything I need. I really don't need anything else.
Yeah, once in a while it's just nice
But
to.
where did you go?
Like TJ Maxx or Marshalls because they say have the clearance stuff.
Oh, because you buy ugly shirts.
Right, because you can't find the clearance stuff. Like it's hit or miss. You know, it's random. So, like for example,
Ted, when you buy a shirt, it's miss. It's miss every time.
Years ago when I was a bachelor, I used to go to TJ Maxx, the one by Six Corners.
Yeah.
And put shit on layaway. They used to have a layaway thing there.
Like service merchandise.
Because, if you found something that was nicer, like you said, Ted, it's like they only have like a few of one item or this, and if you see it there,
you better grab it.
You better grab it so you could put it on layaway. I used to do that all the time.
What? And they would put it in the back? You pay $10 and you put it in the back?
Yeah, you
and
hold
it on layaway. They hold it for you.
Yeah, you put a deposit down. And
I don't know how layaway works. I've never layaway.
Oh, I used to do it at Sears and TJ. I used to do it all the time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because I would never spend more than I need. If I didn't have it, I wasn't buying for it. Like I never put anything on my charge card I couldn't pay for.
No, that's
my
old man told me that.
So I put it on layaway. So I used to put it on layaway, and then when I had the money, I'd
Skill Power Tool gift card for $15. Skill Power Tool.
Oh, Craftsman, right?
Craftsman,
there's no more
card.
Sears, right?
Yeah, there's no more Sears.
Sears is an Ace thing now.
Sears is Ace?
No, Craftsman, I'm sorry, is an Ace thing now.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah, Craftsman still exists.
No way.
What, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Yeah, Craftsman.
You know what? You realize I still have tools that from my, not just from my father, from my grandfather.
Yeah.
When my grandfather passed away, and I mean, this is 35 years ago, 40 years ago? Yeah, 35 years ago. We went to his house, and basically we took as much as we could. If I had a van, I would have taken everything. But I had a car, so I took as much as I possibly could. But I have Craftsman. I have tools, his tools, and some Craftsman tools from him, and then still a bunch of shit from my old man.
Yeah,
yeah. So I can break it and go. You realize, for everybody who's under the age of 50, would you even know this? That Craftsman stuff you buy is guaranteed for life, right?
Yeah. If you broke your screwdriver, just going to give you a new one.
Yeah. I remember going to Sears with my dad.
I don't think you could do that anymore though with Ace.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember going to Sears with my dad.
We did
with,
it all
with
the
a
time,
broken, and they certain color, the screwdrivers, the
red
slotted screws, and the
Phillips
head.
Yep.
Yeah, but I remember going for one screwdriver. We drove up to Six Corners, only a couple blocks away, but we drive up there, and he'd walk in, and he'd go, "Yeah, there you go," and he'd be like Walt. Or like, I don't know, Chuck.
Yeah.
Here you go, Chuck. I broke this. I'd be like, no problem at all. And he'd walk back and he'd come back and go, here you go.
Yeah, that's why Sears is out of business. When you give away shit for free, it's a bad business model. I'm not an MBA candidate, but I don't like the sound of that. Oh, here's another thing. Another gift. If you want to give them a live gift, give them a scented candle from Marshalls or TJ Maxx. Just make sure it's got the red tag on it, so they know it's a clearance item.
It's what?
A red
we're done,
price
dude.
tag.
You're confusing them.
I'm
now.
sorry. All right, sorry.
You guys remember
Good luck to you.
a couple weeks ago we talked about Shannon Doherty?
Yeah.
You guys remember that her ex her and her ex-husband got divorced.
Well, no, he was dragging out the divorce.
And he was dragging out
with allegedly
the payments.
waiting for her to pass away. So
Guess
for
what?
something.
He won.
Really? No, I thought he signed the divorce papers like right before she.
Yeah, but he won. He never paid a penny.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, he was paying her.
Yeah, he was
Well,
paying
she's
her.
rich. Why is he paying her?
I guess she wasn't that rich.
Oh, she probably didn't have a good.
She
probably-
died, right? She just died.
She passed
she
away.
died. He won. He didn't have to pay her a penny.
Yeah.
Not one single penny. Yeah, she died last week.
So he had to. So he was ordered to pay her probably like alimony or something.
Yeah,
Because they don't have any
alimony.
kids, right?
Yeah.
They don't. I don't think they have any kids.
She's
She's 53.
no kids.
Yeah. So I think she's
Yeah.
like recently married this dude. And, you know the funny thing. Every time I see a woman in Hollywood marry a guy, it's just it's like every guy looks like the same guy. It's like they're all marrying like the same dude. It's just some. It's hard to describe.
It's a clone.
Yeah, they show.
It's a clone. They're
They
marrying
show.
the same
They
guy.
show like every time they show a woman getting a divorce from a guy, and they show that soon-to-be ex-husband. Like I remember that Kelly Clarkson got divorced, and they showed her ex-husband who was giving her a hard time, and like he looked the same as this dude, this Brandon Blackstock guy, whoever he is, and they all look like there's like a warehouse with the same dude in there, and it's like they're all like interchangeable parts. I don't know.
You're talking. This is coming from a guy who gets every Jimmy confused. They don't look anything alike, but their name's Jimmy. I mean, you get Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel mixed up,
Yeah.
but if you put them in the same room, you would say they don't even look anything alike.
Yeah, but they're kind of the same entity to me. I know they look physically different, but they're like the same entity to me, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like it's like the blob. Like they're just like the collective. They're just like collectively there. It's
Same with like David Letterman.
Have you ever seen the movie The Blob?
It was actually pretty funny. Well, I saw the original and I saw the remake.
Did you really?
Yeah,
You've seen
it's been years.
Guys, stop.
I didn't see it
That's my
yesterday.
movie mention.
I didn't see it yesterday.
The Blob?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that your movie mentioned? The blob.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you guys remember last week we talked not a lot, but we talked about pooping a little bit.
Yeah.
We had potty talk.
We had potty talk.
Toilet talk.
And
Toilet
so
talk.
so I had to do a little research because I re-listened to the show and I was just like, man, you know what? We left something out there. And what I didn't know is that this is be a terrible job, but there are people that study poop.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah. People's poop.
They do right now
right?
because they can test. They were testing it for COVID.
What?
COVID is found in the feces, so that's a big thing with COVID. They know when there was an uptick in COVID based on testing samples from community sewer systems.
You're making this up right now.
No.
You're serious.
Yeah, that's a thing. It's been a thing for a while.
Really?
Yep.
You know I'm going to look that up.
You could.
Okay.
I mean, it's
okay.
not,
but what I didn't realize was
that'd be pretty creative to make that up.
There are people that study poop, but this one is poop frequency. How often? And I guess there's a relationship between how often you poop and how healthy you are.
There is some validity to that, so I'll just tell you unscientifically.
There literally is. There's scientists who study this.
So, but let me ask you this: have you ever been like, okay, it sounds a little gross, but I've obviously have bathrooms, public bathrooms at work, communal bathrooms at work. So I go, use the bathroom sometimes. Sometimes you got to go number 2. Obviously, it happens. And then there'll be somebody.
He just say number 2.
Or you're going there.
Are you going to tell the story you told last week?
I don't know. I forgot what I said last week.
Okay, then you are going to.
He is going to tell me.
Okay, well here I'll tell you. Okay, I'll give you a point. So I go in the urinal. I go in the bathroom to pee. And there's a guy in, obviously a stall, one of the 2 or 3 stalls in there, and he's grunting and groaning and making all these weird noises, and it's just like he's obviously
Ted,
not healthy.
He's masturbating.
Yeah, but he's obviously not healthy,
no,
right?
Ted, he's not pooping.
If it takes you,
this guy's publicly masturbating.
Stop! You're like worse than him now.
If you got to sit on the toilet for like an hour to squeeze out a small turd, you probably been eating a lot of crap. Part of the pun, So I mean, if it's not coming right out, if you're sitting there grunting, assuming you're not fucking off from work, you're just using the bathroom to get away from working. If you're really legitimately trying to use the bathroom and it takes you 20 minutes to squeeze one out,
so the Wi-Fi's down.
I will tell you this:
make sure you take your shirt off too. Before
when I worked at the Board of Trade, the only place literally the only place that you weren't being watched or recorded was in the toilet.
To your knowledge.
Yeah. We actually ate. We would bring in, everybody had the coats on, and you would bring in sandwiches and stuff, but you couldn't eat anywhere on the floor. It was just nothing. You just could not do it.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to
floor,
eat,
yeah.
on the trading floor, if you wanted to eat, you went into the bathroom, you went into a stall, and I remember, every single day, maybe once or twice a day, I would eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the toilet.
Yeah.
And that was the only piece you got. And then still, someone would come in and yell your name. They'd come in and yell somebody's name. So it was a good amount of stalls, right? Somebody coming in like, David, get your ass out here. And you hear this. Okay, I'm coming. Yeah. That was the only place you had any
It's
peace.
a high-pressure job.
Dude,
being a SIBO floor trader.
It was ridiculous. But, okay, so they study poop frequency.
Yes.
Okay? And they came up with this. If you poop once or twice a day, that is the best.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay. And they found that not managing your bowel movement frequency is very important. Okay.
Wait, not managing?
Not managing it. If you
Yeah.
don't manage it,
Of course.
it's bad deal.
Yeah, your gut health
you need
is really
to
important.
manage your bowel frequency. Okay. They broke it down. These experts, these scientists broke it down in 4 groups of poopers. Are you ready? This one doesn't seem real to me. There's 4 groups. The first group is people who take a crap 1 to 2 times a week.
Yeah, that seems pretty.
It's like a snake. You're a reptile.
Yeah, that seems.
After you swallowed a pig.
Yeah, that seems impossible,
You
right?
have to eat for another
Okay.
2 weeks.
People who take a crap 3 to 6 times per week.
And that's the medicinal term, right? Take a crap,
Take it. Yeah. I believe it's dumping.
Morning glory.
Yeah.
dump out.
Or stooling.
Did you dump out this
Okay.
morning, Ted?
So the next one is 3 to 6 times per week. So that's not even once a day. All
At
right.
least it's better than the first one.
Then there's people who poop 1 to 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the fourth group is people who just straight up have diarrhea and go more than that all the time.
Yeah, I think that's called, what's that term? Not
Diarrhea type.
Yeah, not diverticulitis, but IBS, irritable
I
bowel
have no
syndrome
idea.
or something, where you just where you feel like you got to poop all the time, whatever that's called.
So you know who was a big advocate of this, of bowel movements and as a reflection of your health and everything, was Suzanne Summers. What? I swear to God. She would go on talk shows and talk about how important it was.
Didn't.
Yes, she did. And I'm looking it up right now, and she's a spokesperson for
Well, she was.
yeah, she was.
She's no longer.
I know.
Okay, so I was just going to ask, she is dead.
Well, there's still a website, SuzanneSummers.com. But it was all about gut health and gut renewal. She was the responsible for gut renewal. It was a superfood protein formula.
Yeah, I've actually seen a few ads on YouTube. Actually, I'll be honest with you, I actually ordered something on Amazon where it says for gut health, like it has all this proprietary stuff that supposedly
Proprietary stuff.
It didn't really. I didn't notice anything different.
Did it make you poop or stop you from pooping?
Well, I think it's supposed to induce you to poop more frequently. I mean, they marketed it as gut health.
They have these mushrooms.
Not so much as you. It's going to help you poop, but it's just, I guess it's really good. You know, whatever.
We need
probiotics.
probiotics.
Yeah, probiotics good for
that's
your
why yogurt's so good
intestine.
for you. And
Yeah, or vegetables. You know, that'll help you. Salads, obviously, all that roughage
the
helps
leafy
you.
stuff.
Yeah. So so people probably eat like fried food all the time.
Dude, I tried getting you on the Metamucil thing, and you won't do it.
I got my stuff. Don't worry, I got stuff.
You got Metamucil.
No, I don't have Metamucil. So I take like a fiber, like a psyllium seed husk type of thing.
I don't want to take. So I looked into it. Right?
Doesn't make
no,
you
no,
crap.
no,
It
no,
doesn't.
no.
It just makes your poop heavier. It doesn't make you
Well,
actually use the
I don't know.
bathroom.
way more.
Yeah.
I don't want to stress out my toilet.
No, it doesn't make it heavier. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I think like fiber actually just makes your poop heavier or more dense, but it doesn't actually help you poop more frequently, if that makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like you're mixing a whole lot of poop metaphors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
Suzanne
sense. to me.
Summers rolling over in her grave right now.
So where are we going with this?
Oh no, I was just letting people know. I just wanted to follow up.
But
and
they do test feces for COVID. That's how they were figuring out community spikes in COVID. They're still doing it right now.
I think you're full of shit. I'm just saying.
Pardon the pun.
That sounds. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, that sounds ridiculous. That sounds ridiculous.
You just talked about people who study fucking
Right, but you can't tell who got COVID from study.
It's
so
in
if-
your feces. You
So
can-
wait a minute.
like,
so wait a minute. If I go down to the sewers in
where
Chicago,
do you live that you don't know this?
if I go down to the sewers in
You, not
Chicago,
you,
I
no.
can I can
No,
do.
you'll
some-
get arrested
I can-
again
Yeah.
for doing that again.
Get out of the poop, sir. Put your pants back on.
Matt's
get out
back
of the
in the
poop.
sewers.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the gator.
But I find that hard to believe that you can tell COVID from crap.
Dude, there's so much shit you find hard to believe that is common knowledge. It's not even funny.
I guess.
I'll be
I
honest,
mean-
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, here. That sounds like a terrible job. Speaking of terrible jobs, what do you think the worst job in the world is right now?
Armpit sniffer.
See, and I was just going to say, don't be ridiculous about it. I'm talking about it like a real job, like a job that would be you're just like I that would be a terrible job to have.
Okay, honestly, I would my top three: coal miner,
Nope.
right? Somebody who ice road trucker.
Nope. You get to be on TV.
Yeah, I guess. Well,
Wait, for what?
Not,
Say that
not
again?
the
Worst job you
yeah.
could possibly have. And don't think about it like, oh, I hate
that
to
was
do
a
this
great
job.
show, Dirty Jobs with Mike Roll.
Right, but
Yeah.
don't think of it like that. I'm
Okay.
talking about a job that you just don't want to have because it's just a lot of stuff going on.
I would say anything outdoors in the elements where you're out there with heavy manual labor. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Mine
There's a lot of bad
would
stuff
be
out there.
a door-to-door sales.
I don't think that happens anymore.
Encyclopedia sales.
Sort of like I knew a guy that did that for a long time and made money selling encyclopedias door to door. I sold cars with him in college.
Door to door?
No, I sold
I
cars.
don't know.
He was a door to door encyclopedia salesman for like 10 years.
That seems impossible.
Yeah, and
even though my parents had a set of encyclopedias.
Oh, we had Britannica. We had the whole set.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Time Life books.
I still have them. We still have them.
You have your Encyclopedia
My-
Britannica.
My mom has the entire. Yeah, my
probably worth
grandfather. So my grandfather had it when he was a school teacher. So my mom and her siblings had one, and then when my brother and I were born, he got the subscription. So by the time we were in like 6th or 7th grade, I think we had the whole enchilada, like from what was it, A to Z. But how did
A
it
to
go?
Z.
Like with A, B, and then CD, and
Yeah.
and then there was the two other volumes that went with it too.
Oh, yeah, the appendixes and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and but it was white and red. Ours was the white and red. I think it was like red, white, and blue kind of. But the hardbound and white. My mom still has the whole thing. You know how many book reports that I
Yeah, sure.
not
Copied directly
not
from the
book reports,
encyclopedia.
but like projects and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Was that was the original AI. That was your AI. That
That
was
was
your
the
Google.
Hey, listen,
That was
man,
it,
those things were lifesavers.
Yeah, sure.
Last minute procrastinate. You need something.
Yeah.
Yeah. According to, you just stand up in front of your class and you would just read like one page
Oh, if you read-
copied from the Encyclopedia Britannica in your handwriting.
Just change one word. Just
Yeah.
change one
Oh,
word.
you know what's replaced that? Wikipedia.
Wait, they had my
you-
dinner with Andre and Encyclopedia Britannica?
Do you know Wikipedia is like the number 2 or 3 most visited website in the world?
right behind,
Wikipedia?
Wikipedia.
right behind Urban Dictionary.
You know, anybody can put almost anything on there.
It's different now. Wikipedia's been around since like 2001.
And so I can't just write random shit
Before
down?
2001, you can, but you have to be. So there's thousands of people that are banned from Wikipedia editing. It's called an editor. Like you're
banned?
banned. Dude,
What kind of fuck up?
Because you-
write something so stupid that they're banned from Wikipedia.
there's tons.
Because they're
There's
trying to
thousands,
make
tens
up
of
new
thousands.
shit. They're just trying to make up new shit that doesn't exist. That's
So,
why.
so what you're saying is absolutely true. Like anybody
Jesus
can go in there.
Christ.
Anybody, you don't have to have an account or register. Anybody can suggest an edit or make an edit, right? But then it gets processed, and then it eventually gets thrown out if it's not accurate. And
it goes to Discovery
so
Channel. It goes on the History Channel.
So listen, there are 5 edits every second made on a Wikipedia page somewhere. 5 edits a second. There's 168 million edits to Wikipedia, or like 100 million, something like that every month. And there's something else I learned. This is crazy. Wikipedia is free, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess what their operating budget is? Like how much money they have, their operating budget. Just take a guess.
$37.
10 million.
$168 million a year.
Wow.
Wait, people actually donate when it says
I donate to Wikipedia all the time. I'll show you. I get
No,
emails.
you don't.
I'll prove it to you. I've
Okay,
donated to
don't
I
do
use
it now.
Wikipedia a lot, and I don't use it for. I understand. I take it with a grain of salt, but for the most part, I've become a fan of Wikipedia. I was skeptical
Yeah,
a long time
I've gone
ago,
to it.
but now it's the first thing that pops up, right? When you search something on Google,
Yeah.
informative wise, Wikipedia comes up right away.
Okay, don't and everybody's listening. I'm going to make Mark show me some sort of credit. No, don't do it now. Don't do it now.
I could show you.
I'm
A
going
receipt.
to make Mark show me a receipt where he's donated to Wikipedia.
Is it a
because-
tax? Is that a tax
because
write-off?
No.
because everyone listening knows this. That's bullshit. Everyone listening, Ted
much you
even
wanna
knows.
bet? How
Ted
much you wanna
even
bet?
knows
I'm
it's
just, I'm
bullshit.
just laughing at
How
the
much you
concept
wanna
of
bet?
it. Yes.
I'm not going to bet you because I don't want to
Okay,
take your money.
I'm not a douchebag. If I use something and it's free, and then they send you a thing, they do that thing with like the little handout.
Yeah.
Every like once a month they do like a capital campaign funding for Wikipedia.
right.
You go on there and you see it, and I'm like, dude, I fucking look at this shit all the time. I do it, and couldn't be easier because it goes right to it's like a PayPal. I think it was either Apple Pay or PayPal. So right on my Mac, bam, done. 2 seconds.
I don't have either one
10
of those things.
$10, done. Couldn't be easier, and it's well worth it because I use it a lot.
Okay, so
Same thing
we will be
like NPR. My wife and I have a subscription to NPR because we listen to NPR a lot.
Okay.
Oh my God.
85% of the funding, I think, comes from listeners like you.
Yeah, well,
Listener-
like,
remember
like
when they-
PBS, like
WT
Yeah,
no,
we
Channel,
get-
no, Channel
oh,
11,
I-
Channel
I
11
give-
always trying to raise money.
I give money to PBS too.
I'm pretty sure here, and my sister can verify this after she listens to the show. But I think my folks did that too because we would watch. My mom always watched Masterpiece Theater, I think.
Yeah, Masterpiece.
And then there were some other things that we watched on.
I mean, we watched the Frugal Gourmet. We watched
Frugal Gourmet.
Yeah, we watched.
Oh,
and as kids, you
damn.
watched Doctor Who and
No, I did
and
not.
Benny Hill.
Was Benny Hill on
He was the
Channel
BB.
11?
He was on the BBC, but channel.
Oh yeah, it
They used
was.
to
Oh, 'cause
rebroadcast.
boobs. I think that's why I gave money.
And the
Yeah.
and
It
the wild.
was my
the
first
wild,
time I got to see boobs.
Well, that was the first kind of really risque show that was on regular TV, the Benny Hill show. You know, it was
And
just
you
a
watched the
little bit.
Wild Bunch, or what was it called? We talked
the
about
Wild Ones.
Was it
Yeah.
the Wild Ones? Right.
Yeah. Oh, that was on Channel 11.
Yeah, because they They did the BBC hour or whatever. They showed all those shows
Oh,
at the BBC.
I love that guy. He made that movie Drop Dead Fred too. Oh my God, that guy, the redheaded guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what? I would love to rewatch. I think it was the Wild Ones, right? Or the-
It's so funny. We were debating this on the show like a few months ago, and then I had to look it up.
oh man, you know what? I have to go back and rewatch that because it seemed when you were 20 or 19, whatever it was, we were watching that drunk and wasted at college. It was literally like I would literally go to sleep. I'd walk out of the guy. We'd be 10, 20 of us drinking and watching this thing and laughing our asses off. And I'd walk away thinking, wow, those guys, they're fucking geniuses.
Yeah.
How do they come up with this funny shit all the time? Yeah. And it's probably like only funny if you're super drunk and super high.
Yeah,
Or if you're British.
everything's funny.
Yeah. Well, I think the British, aren't they kind of dour anyway? They have to laugh at something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but back to this. Worst job ever. Are you ready?
Yes.
You decide whether you believe this is the worst job ever. Here it is. Serving directly
The
under
young ones.
the young ones. That's it, the young ones. Serving directly under Vladimir Putin and the Russian military. And let me tell you why. Hold on. In the last 6 months, the top 7 Russian military figures have been arrested, including just this last week, 2 of them this last week, for bribery, fraud, and treason.
But is that really a job that somebody says, "Hey, I'll apply for that job"?
So, well, he nominate. I mean, look,
They're hand picking people that are gonna.
but do you want to even be? Look, okay, so let's just say you're third in line, right? And you see, so 6 months ago, say the 3 of us are there, and it's Teddy is first in line. He's right behind Putin, and you're second behind Putin, and I'm third, and I feel really good about this, right?
Yeah.
I feel really good. Okay, and then all of a sudden they walk in one day, and the guys grab Teddy and they cuff him up. And they take him away. And once we know exactly when taken away, 2 things are going to happen. Number 1, he's going to be in a prison forever. Or number 2, they're going to take him to a penthouse where he can have everything he wants. And for some reason,
That
Ted's
hotel.
going to jump out.
That one hotel.
The one
yeah.
hotel. Ted's going to jump out the window.
See, that's what I was gonna say. That's where I was going. So
Wait, wouldn't the second worst job be Kim Jong Un, the North Korean dictator? Like you're the guy who has to give him like tell him
Exercise?
Oh, you got to tell him. Oh, I'm your personal trainer, Mr. Jong Un.
Yeah. But okay,
you
so
you can stand to lose a couple Just 1 pound. You're fine.
You
I mean,
can't say that to him.
you're 100 pounds overweight, but if you just lose 1 pound, you're going to look like a supermodel. I promise you.
No, he's what is he? He's holy, right? He's not of this world.
Yeah,
That's the whole
Of course
thing.
he is. He
Yeah.
shot 18 on an 18-hole.
No, that was his dad. That was his
course.
dad. Had like 10.
No, I
little
think
ones.
it's the same thing.
Oh,
And you do know that the funniest thing is
No, not 10.
just
18,
recently
right?
he's got some weight issues and
Yeah.
they're looking they were
find
bringing in doctors.
they got to bring medication from like out of the country to help him because he stuffs his face. I guess like he drinks like a fish, he smokes like a chimney, and I guess he's addicted to like gourmet cheeses and like just like the finest food.
Ted.
While his population starves, so it's kind of ironic that this chubby little guy.
Yeah, he's dying of diabetes and everyone else is dying of
Hunger.
starvation.
Yeah, well, like I guess this is true. Like I guess the average North Korean is like substantially shorter and lighter than their South Korean counterparts due to malnutrition.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No,
They're
that's real.
They're physically smaller than
That's
them.
real.
Yeah, so, yeah.
That is absolutely real. Yeah. But I still say that anything that has to do with Vladimir Putin it's a terrifying thing, right? Because when you go, Mark's next, right? And now all of a sudden, I'm sweating a little bit, right? And then as the war goes on and everything, and as I show up to work the next day, and then where's Mark? No.
He's
and then you're
staying
just
at
like,
the hotel.
Yeah.
He got a room.
He got a beautiful room. Yeah, it's penthouse. Very, very
Vacation.
high up. Yes, very good
Well, you
room.
remember the
He's
guy.
on holiday.
So you remember like the commando guy who was I can't remember his name, but he kind of like did
Arnold
the,
Schwarzenegger.
No, he did the coup against Putin. Remember when he was he was fighting in Ukraine, and I guess
you mean the guy who died in a plane accident?
yeah, and then he just
Plane crash.
he died in a plane crash. Like they're like worried about his safety. And Putin said, "Hey, everything's going to be okay," and then he died in a plane crash like a week later.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything to him. Yeah, a plane crashed. What? That's not me. I can't be in charge of planes crashing, just falling out of the sky.
But the funny thing, there was a lot of innocent people on that plane, but I guess they wanted to just get him so bad that
So,
of course
hold on a
they.
second. If you're flying, okay, and you're just like, today before we take off, today is Vladimir Vadadagaba, who used to be in charge of military, but Putin says no. I mean, don't you do this? Can you? I'm sorry. I need to get off this plane immediately.
Obviously,
I can see the writing on the
obviously
wall.
they brought explosives onto the plane or strapped it to the plane. Didn't just go down for mechanical failure, of course, But they got him. I think he lasted, like 6 weeks after that attempted coup.
He did last 5.5
Yeah.
weeks longer than I thought he would.
Yeah.
That's because there's a lot of distance separated.
But every story was like it's just a matter of time before.
Yeah. You were waiting for me to fall in a manhole or get, I don't know, go to a subway. Yeah. Oh, no, you go to America. Go to Subway late at night. Don't worry. Yeah.
I guess if you're smart, he just should have left. He should have just got out of that area completely. But he stayed
Do you
in the
think-
area. So
He
Don't you
should have
think
just put his drone on that flight.
his clone.
His clone.
Clone. I said drone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Wait,
how about just a crash test dummy?
it could have been a clone. Yeah. We have no idea. I mean, at this point now, knowing what we know about clones, that
They're everywhere.
Number one,
They're everywhere.
make them look just like you. Don't make them look 6 inches tall.
Right.
Yeah. Wouldn't that defeat the whole purpose of the clone? If you
7 foot Joe
so
Biden.
let's just say, so the Democrats are painstakingly Joe Biden is so infirm.
That would be
Listen,
awesome.
Joe Biden is so infirm that we have to find somebody. We have to find an actor who looks just like Joe Biden to bring him out in public so the public doesn't freak out. But unfortunately we find a guy who's like 8 inches taller than Joe Biden, and no one's going to notice it.
That doesn't even make any sense. Did he really say 6 to 8 inches?
6
taller?
to 8 inches.
And Joe
tall.
Biden's like 6 foot tall, right?
6'8".
5'11", or 6 foot, and so now all of a sudden he's 6'8".
Yep, 6'8". Yeah,
like
6
Michael
foot
Big
Jordan.
difference.
That's
So
a
that's
huge-
And he could palm a basketball.
Yeah.
Too.
We're not talking about a genius.
Right, yeah,
Okay,
right.
we're not talking about a genius. Okay,
Talking
now
about a clone.
speaking of Russia, okay, Putin came out the other day and said he is ready to hold peace talks with the Ukraine. Yep.
He misspelled peace.
on his terms. Yeah, PEICE peace.
PIEC. Yeah.
I want a piece of Ukraine, and as soon as I get the biggest piece of Ukraine, there will be peace. See, problem solved.
No, he
I
said
come in peace.
he
You
literally
leave in pieces.
he literally sent one of his guys and said, and then he announced it. He said, "I'm ready to talk peace with the Ukraine." He said, "He is one simple thing. Ukraine has to do one simple thing, and the war ends the next day.
Not join NATO.
Nope,
Oh,
nope. One simple thing. The war is over. They will stop fighting. That's it. They'll pull all their troops out,
apologize. Ukraine should apologize for starting the war.
Nope. All Ukraine has to do is give Russia 3/4 of the country, and that's it. All they have to do is cede to Russia 3/4 of the Ukraine. And listen to me.
Seems reasonable.
Ted, tomorrow, if they're Ukraine tonight, so the Ukraine listens, they get it all the time. If the Ukraine just says, the guy Zelensky just says, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm gonna go and do it. Here you go. You get 3/4 of this country. We're done. And Putin says we're finished.
Well, it's a very generous of him.
It is. He could have taken it all.
Exactly.
Look, he could try to take it all. And I'm sure there's at least 10 or 12 men right there in a room with him that are praying to God that he doesn't, right? But
I'm wondering how many men there are left in Russia. I mean, obviously these are all prisoners we learned recently.
Yeah.
So they're all prisoners, but I mean,
They probably got a good deal, right? You just say, hey, we'll let you out.
Well, they're letting them
let you
all
your
out. Yeah,
sentence
these are all
to fight. I mean, I probably take that deal too. Like you could serve
Ted,
20 years in the gulag,
yeah.
or you give you your freedom and you could fight for Russia. I'm like, okay, it's like the dirty dozen,
Dude,
right?
how many of these people are just
they're not giving them a choice. They're telling
right?
them.
But how many of these guys are just they're going, they're sneaking around, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Like they're just gone. Yeah. They don't exist anymore. They're just like, hey, what happened to Pietre? Yeah, I don't know, man. He ran off. What do you think? He's a goddamn prisoner.
There's only so many people you can rape and so much pillaging you could do, and then you run off. They rape, they pillage, and then they run off.
But wouldn't it be better for us if they did take over 3/4 of Ukraine? Because then that would spread the Russian army even thinner. Because now they have to patrol this new territory, which is obviously hundreds of thousands of square miles. So it actually thins out. It actually exhausts their resources. Right, because now they have to not only guard all of Russia, which is a huge territory, but now they have to guard all of Ukraine.
The only resource,
but you're not guarding in Russia.
I mean,
nobody's trying to get in.
The only resource they need is nuclear weapons, and they have it. That's the only resource.
But
they
nobody's.
Yeah,
you're not guarding Russia.
No, but I'm saying like you spread them out. Like you have to put an outpost, in this 500 square miles in the middle of Ukraine somewhere. Because I think it's a pretty big landmass. According to the map, anyways.
Yeah, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
That Ted looked up. All right, Mark, do you have a movie mention?
I do. Speaking of Wikipedia.
Oh, wow.
Speaking of my dinner with Andre.
I found it there.
We know. We literally heard you read it. Yeah, I think you started you started your movie mention with according to Wikipedia.
He printed it.
Yeah. Okay. It's time for Mark's movie mentions. We are pleased to announce that Kuala Lumpur has officially made Mark's movie mentions the country's official movie mention.
Wow.
So you are...
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm assuming in their embassies and that kind of stuff.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So this is translated.
See? I don't know. What do they speak in Kuala Lumpur? Yes.
Koala bear. I don't know. I don't know what
They speak Koala
I don't know what
bear.
they speak there.
But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
All right. So the movie I want to mention today was came out in 2007. It's a crime drama thriller.
You know what? It already sounds like I don't want to shitbag your movie, but it already sounds like too much. Crime drama thriller.
That was I think
Isn't there enough thrill and drama in crime itself?
Okay, I may have made that up.
Unless it's check kiting.
But that's what it is.
Unless it's check kiting or forgery, then I guess it's not that thrilling.
So
or
that's
exciting.
what I'm saying. I'm calling it a crime drama.
There was
thriller.
some murder and some rape and some more rape
And some forged checks. Okay.
some forged.
Are you done?
All right, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, 2007. It's a crime drama thriller. It's got about an hour 45 runtime. Cost $18 million to make. Grossed $25 million in the box office. And it's called "Before the Devil Knows You're Dead." Before the Devil Knows You're Dead.
I think I've heard of it, but I don't
I
think I've ever seen
I've
it.
heard of this too.
I've heard of that movie.
Okay. It stars Ethan Hawke, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Marissa Tomei, and Albert Finney.
Some big stars.
I love Albert Finney.
Big stars.
So it's a great film. Here's the thing. You know how I always talk about I don't want to spoil movies, and if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, this is about brothers. They get into some intimate trouble in more ways than one.
Two guys banging Marissa Tomei. That's what I hear. I'm not, but don't give it away.
So it's got the acting is fantastic. It's a great story. There's 3 or 4 big surprises, including the ending. It's not a surprise, but the ending's great. The opening scene is fucking awesome. It's just the movie starts with a bang. And,
are they banging Marissa Tomei? Oh, that's what you're saying.
Oh man!
Hold on, just tell me
it's
this:
unbelievable.
Is she
dude.
naked in this movie?
Yes.
I am in right now. We will be shutting this down and watching this movie.
The opening scene involves, Philip Seymour Hoffman's naked, too.
You know what? I can live with that. If I can get to Marissa
So
Tomei through Philip Seymour
Let me get
Hoffman,
past
I'm
the
good.
childish, the immaturity of Matt and I right here. But it's a real, the acting's incredible, and it's a really good story. I personally think Philip Seymour Hoffman's at his best in this. Ethan Hawke's always great. So is Marissa Tomei and Albert Finney. You said you love him.
Love it.
And you know what? For the life of me, I forgot the director's name. He passed away right after this movie was done. It's well directed. I'm not gonna. I mean, the movie moves pretty quickly, and you find out what's going on within the first, I think, third of the movie. Actually, like the first 15 or 20 minutes. But I don't want to give it away because it blew me away. I never saw the movie. I never heard anything about it. We watched it about 10 years ago.
So there's a twist. There's a twist to it.
There's a twist. I mean, no, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could say that. This is a really bad movie review, by the way.
Right.
I'm just mentioning this movie.
We can't give it away if you talk about
so
it too much.
Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, I highly recommend it. And I don't want to. I mean, most people haven't even heard of this movie, let alone seen a preview. Just find it. It's on. I rewatched it on YouTube actually. It wasn't YouTube. It was It was a free channel through YouTube. But if you just Google it, you can watch it for free somewhere. It's not.
That's cool.
Apple TV is like $3.99. Netflix, I think you got to pay for it. But Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, it came out in 2007. Like I said, it's got 4 top-notch actors in it.
Seymour Hoffman, he won the Academy Award for I think Capote before he passed away.
He did, yeah.
So.
And Marissa Tomei won an Academy Award for My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
And Albert Finney, she did.
I know. It's just it's just such a weird thing to win it for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Albert
two
Finney's
youths.
one Academy Award winner. And I think Ethan Hawke, a nominee. He was a nominee at least.
Oh, was that for Training Day?
I don't know. He's in a couple of really good movies.
Training Day was
pretty intense.
Phenomenal.
I probably watched that movie. I rewatch it all the time. Actually.
Dude,
Yeah,
that is I mean, if you want to talk about twists and turns and
Well, this is the second Ethan Hawke movie I've talked about. Remember Ray and Raymond?
oh yeah.
Raymond and Ray or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Ray and Raymond. Yeah. So I recommend it. Check it out.
Yeah, Ethan Hawke underrated. There's
Yeah.
been a lot of things.
He's always been one of my favorites.
He's never been like a super. I mean, he's been like a leading man, but not like a top guy. But but he had a few pretty good movies. Yeah, Training Day.
Love his wife,
Who's his wife?
Uma Thurman.
No, he's divorced from her.
Still together, I thought, right? No.
No.
Oh, I don't know.
divorced.
Well, that was his longtime wife. They got a
Yeah.
child together. She's an actress now.
Yeah, I think he's with the babysitter now.
She's in a really popular show right now or movie.
Uma Thurman?
No, their daughter, Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter. She's famous. She's an actress now.
Uma Hawke? I don't know. What,
Yeah,
here
she's in something right now.
you're talking about kids. One of the things I saw at the Olympics was Mick Jagger was at the Olympics.
Oh, he's got like an 8-year-old, right?
With his 8-year-old son. So he's 81.
He's 81. Yeah,
He's 81, and then he's got an 8-year-old son. And then the beauty of this thing is I go to look it up, right, and it lists all his wives and all the kids he has.
all his mistresses. Yeah.
So he's got kids ranging from 53. I
Yeah.
think he's got like 8 kids or something,
Yeah.
8 or 9 kids, ranging from 53 to 8.
yeah. Well, obviously he's Mick Jagger, and
53 to 8.
you're part of the Rolling Stones.
I gotta be 100% honest with you. At 75 years old, his spunk worked.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I'm not just talking about taking a blue pill. Okay, I mean taking a blue pill is taking a blue pill. Okay, but his junk worked.
Yeah.
And he impregnated. I'm going to say, I think she's like 29, 30, whatever it is.
Well, I think Al Pacino just had a kid with a woman who's like 27, 28.
That's impressive.
And he's like 81.
That's impressive that his junk is working.
And of course, she's suing him for max child support. So, which you knew that was
I
coming.
mean, he knew as soon as
of
she
course.
said, yeah, I think you're kind of cute. He went, I'm going to give you a lot of money to have sex with you. I mean, it's just like a prostitute, right?
Yeah.
I mean, is there any difference between Robert De Niro?
Well, no, it's actually better than a prostitute because
It's the
if
same.
you have, it's like getting a woman getting knocked up by like a famous NFL or like an NFL player who just signed a max contract. I mean, basically, if you have his kid, you're going to get thousands of dollars in child support and alimony for basically the rest of your life. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same for him. It's the same thing. Yeah. He's paying for sex. He knew that at some point that if she got knocked up, if she got pregnant, that he was going to pay large amounts of money. So there's no difference.
Well, Jeff Goldblum, who I think is in his upper 60s, I think he married a woman who's like 35 and had like twins with her. You know, not like recently, but within the last like say 10 years. But he was like in his upper 60s at the time.
Same thing.
Al Pacino just had a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Are you tedding? Yeah. Are you tedding right now?
See, no, I was reading. I was trying to find something to come back with, but Maya Hawke is her name.
Maya Hawke?
Yeah. Well, you said Uma Hawke. That was a close one.
Well, it was close.
It was close, yeah.
It was close. Yeah. And she's an actress?
Yeah.
She's a thespian.
All right.
She was just acting.
Whoa.
They have
I don't know if she likes guys or girls. I have no idea.
They have a son, too, Levon, who's acting, too, I guess.
Levon Thurman? Did they switch that up?
Oh, that would be funny.
That would be really funny. All right. So we'll just end this on something that I never, ever, ever thought I would say. Oh, man. This is very difficult for me. I am going to give Ron DeSantis credit.
I thought you were going to give his shoes back.
Wow.
Nope. I'm going to give Ron DeSantis credit.
For what?
Very simple. You guys heard about Biden's plan to make the Supreme Court only serve 18 years.
Yeah, term limits on the Supreme Court. I've heard about that recently. Yeah,
absolutely.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to apply to like regular politicians.
This is where my new best friend,
Ronnie.
It's so disturbing. But this is where my new best friend, Ron DeSantis, gets some credit. He said, absolutely, I will do that. I will support it under one condition, that Congress also has term limits. Yeah. He said two terms for a senator, 3 terms for a representative because they serve less time.
It's 2. I think it's 2 years. It's 2 years. So your representative serves 2 years, and your senators have a 6-year term.
That's not enough.
Have a 6-year
term. See, here's why I have a problem with this, and I'm not the most politically astute person, but I understand the president and the term limits, and I understand term limits in other areas, like the governor of North Carolina has their governor has term limits, and other states do for their governors. Senators do a lot of work, right? The House and the Senate do a lot of work. Right. Sometimes it takes years to get some of this shit done. The president delegates, and he can't really do. The Congress is the one that does everything, right? That makes the laws or passes it or supports the president. I mean, I agree. Term limits. I think it should be more associated with age and term. No, I don't think. Wait, are you saying that? I don't think you should serve like 4 years and be done in the Senate.
Hold on a second. No. I think it's 2 terms. Just as
2 terms is what, 8 years?
It's 6 years. The Senate term is 6 years. One Senate term is 6 years.
Okay, what about the House?
2 years. 2 years.
No, I thought it was 4 and 2.
Is it? No, I think it's 6. I think it's 6.
See, I don't know either.
I'm pretty sure it's 4 and 2.
That's not enough time.
I thought it was 6 for a senator.
But hold on a second. Let's just say that you're the senator, okay, for the great state of Illinois. Okay, you are, and you've been there for 8 years. You've been there 2 terms. Okay, now I'm going to take your spot. Okay, if we're in the same party, wouldn't I want to continue what you're doing, or wouldn't there be other people to continue it? We don't necessarily need
the same person.
Once you say, let's.
There's an election.
Yeah, but I think the problem becomes, and I can't believe I'm saying this, because Florida, with all the stupid shit they do, they have term limits. They have a lot of term limits for everything. Because I think this is it for DeSantis. I don't think he can be governor after this.
Oh, they have governor term limits too.
So they have term limits for a lot of things. And as fucked up as they are, and as hillbilly as they are, if you are following DeSantis in the Republican Party, okay, so let's say Teddy is the next guy up, wouldn't he continue some of the things DeSantis is doing, but then also add a few new things?
And wouldn't DeSantis debrief me on what he has been doing? So, like I say, I'm taking his place now. He's like, hey, I've been doing this and this and this, so just pick up where I kind of left off. And like I said, if I want to add my own twist to it, that's fine. But it's not like I'm going in there blind, where it's like I have no idea what my predecessor's been doing for the last 6 or 12 years.
But what we don't need is people to turn it into what it is right now, a monarchy.
I like the term limit on the president. I think most elected positions should just be what they are, elections. Vote them out. I think there should be more age limits. I mean, I know there's age starting points, like you have to be, 35 to be president of the United States. But I don't think you should be so old in the Senate or Congress or the a judge or a president. I mean, I think there should be age.
There's a federal judge right now. I don't know what state it is, but she's 97 years old.
See, that's crazy.
And they're fighting, and basically they're trying to get rid of her because she can't perform her duties anymore. And of course, she's like fighting tooth and nail. It's like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, in her upper 80s, has cancer, refuses to resign from the Supreme Court. She passed away, and as a result of that, they appointed a couple of Supreme Court justices, and Obama could have appointed a couple of liberal justices, and Roe v. Wade ends up getting overturned.
Rerun.
So.
But I mean,
Just saying.
I know what you're saying.
Dianne
You said
Feinstein?
it.
Well,
You keep
Florida
saying
even
it.
has that.
But,
Florida even has age
but
limits.
there's age limits in most jobs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Forced
I know.
retirement. You have to. I mean, you.
Yeah, our buddy Mike Callahan, he was working for one of the big CPA accounting firms, and I think it was at 60 or 65, you're done.
Of course.
That's it. You don't work. You don't work like till you're 65 and a half. You don't work till you're 66.
85.
The day you turn 65, they give you a pen, the watch.
Yeah.
They tell you how great you are, and then you fuck off.
And then they perp walk you out the door.
Yeah.
Well,
No, but
there's
I mean,
they
but-
need a younger person. It's. I mean, right? But
Right.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Does
it's
he listen to the show?
who
Callahan.
Callahan listens. Yeah.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah. But I you know what? It seemed to me that as sick as this is, that Florida is doing this one thing right. They have age limits, they have term limits, and they realize that if you let somebody in there for too long, it changes the way they
said we
they
weren't
look
going
at
to talk about politics.
Yeah, but I mean, not like that kind of stuff. But I mean, it seems like that's a no-brainer.
Well, plus it doesn't allow the politicians to monetize their position of power. Like, for example, whether it's true or not, Joe Biden's been there for 50. He got elected to the Senate in 1972. And,
You mean right after JFK was shot?
and then
Ted.
but a lot of these lifetime politicians, they go in whatever their civil service servant salary is, they end up leaving worth tens of millions of dollars. And obviously that's not through their salary, of course.
No, it's through gold bars and money. And
I think Menendez is finally going to resign since he's been convicted on all charges. By the way,
yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you are using the "I'm from Cuba," and in my culture, we hide money and gold bars in our clothes.
Oh, I thought that was
as
Fannie.
a defense.
I thought it was Fannie Willis.
It doesn't work. It does not work.
It worked for Desi Arnaz.
That's it.
Well, he really was from Cuba.
I don't
though.
think he was, but I don't think he was convicted of anything.
Oh, no.
I don't think. Yeah,
No.
This is back in the 50s,
Yeah,
right after
he just-
Woodstock.
He
Said
was
a bad
convicted
wife.
of being funny.
yeah, just too damn entertaining.
Yeah.
Too damn good.
Yeah.
But so this is a good one. No matter where you're from, no matter what country you're from, don't use we hide our money in our suits and our closets and we like gold bars as a defense. Because I think right now they'll be like, and according to Menendez versus America, you, sir, are going to prison.
Well, I think he's definitely a foreign agent. Because he sat on the international committee, so he definitely has influence over. Yeah, so they got to him. So some private business people got to him.
Of course, they got to him.
They said, "What's your number?" Just like John Rahm. John Rahm said, "I'm never going to join Live," until the day he did, because obviously whatever his number was, they finally said 400 million.
Well, you know what the
Okay.
beauty of it is. You know Menendez's kid is in the Senate now, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, in New Jersey. Yeah. It's New Jersey's got to be such a fun place to go.
The armpit of the USA.
It's still
I
almost.
would call it. I would figure taint. It's more like the taint
It's
of
actually
America.
it's actually one of the most expensive states in the country to live in. New Jersey is
saw
like in the top. Like it's like Massachusetts, New
it's
Jersey,
Very, it's very small. though,
California.
right?
Yeah, it's tiny, but it's like super expensive. It's like we're living in Washington D.C. It's crazy.
It is a little crazy. All right, let's put this thing to bed because we have done the one. I mean, I have literally lowered myself. I've pandered to the lowest possible form by saying anything nice about Ron DeSantis. Which, honest to God, if you'd have asked me 130 shows ago if I would ever do that, I would say never in a billion years, or 131 shows.
Well, it's all about the policy. So if the policy is sound, then
Ted,
got to accept the good with the
my
bad.
my life is changing in so many ways, and some are good, and some are Ron DeSantis.
Are you transitioning
I am. I'm transitioning to
or changing?
not saying terrible, awful things every day about Ron DeSantis, just most days. Yeah. All right. Last thoughts. Teddy, go first.
If I'm going to take a bribe, I just want uncut diamonds in a thermos that I could take offshore in a Swiss bank account. So just for future reference. So
What?
There was like one kidnap.
If you're going to take a bribe, who's going to bribe you?
No, I can't remember this movie, but it was called. Oh, remember the movie Along Came a Spider?
That's true.
The movie
Yeah.
Along Came a
Who
Spider.
would bribe Ted?
Exactly. I have,
By the way,
I have no influence.
anything more than free golf,
Yeah.
which is
can't-
basically nothing, or free drink.
He's like, you can't hypnotize him and you can't bribe him.
you can't hypnotize it.
No, actually, that's a good one. We should have an episode like that next week. Like, who would bribe us, and for what? Let's think about that.
You're the same guy that thought having our wives on the show would be hilarious.
Actually, I never said that.
What?
I didn't mean it if I did.
Okay, Mr. Menendez.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Would you like an orange or a purple jumpsuit, sir? All right, Mark. Last thoughts.
My last thought is I disagree with Menendez. Do not put things in your of value or worth in your clothes. I threw out. Remember my story. I threw out. It was $500.
Oh yeah.
$500 cash. I put in a front pocket, a button-up pocket. And
You forgot about it.
No, I gave it to Salvation Army.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
But I'm guessing if it was $500,000,
2 weeks
you might
later,
remember.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I never put shit in my clothes.
Yeah. Well, that's a feel-good story for somebody because some person got that shirt and they eventually opened it up, assuming they didn't wash it, and they just said, "Oh my god!"
I'm sure they go through the pockets. I mean, Salvation Army, when they get the clothes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
go through every pocket.
Yeah, of course.
No doubt.
So
I know they do.
I would imagine that if you work at Salvation Army or any of
You
those
get, you
things,
get clothes
the
donations.
very
yeah.
first thing you do,
Yeah, of course.
like you want to work on the most busiest day,
Yeah.
so that you can go through every single pocket of every single
Yeah.
thing you.
So
do.
I got that money right back though.
How?
2 weeks later,
You got it back?
no, not that money.
Oh.
So I lost the $500.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. They're gonna get it, and someone's gonna get it. And it's gonna be. I'm like, you're right. I'm like, can't dwell on it. You're just gonna get upset. 2 weeks later, I found a $500 chip from Rivers Casino in a hotel room.
Wow. What are the odds? I mean, what are the odds of that?
And-
That's insane.
Andy Finn got me a room.
And
When-
you
When
what?
so they were closed for COVID, right?
Okay.
For like the better part of a year, the Hilton by O'Hare. They opened back up. We needed a night out. We went out to dinner. I said, Andy, can you, I don't want to hook up. I don't want anything free. I just want you to, you know the rooms. Give me a good room, And he did. And it was a week after they had just opened from COVID. And I moved the ottoman to put it by the couch. And I'm like, what's this? I pick it up. It was a $500 chip to Rivers Casino.
Okay, that is weird.
Did you put it all on black?
I still have it, actually. 4 years I've had it.
So you didn't. So you're not even yet, because you could lose that.
Yeah,
Until
I
you
know.
turn it in, it could
Well,
be
I put
at
it
my
in the
house.
pocket of a shirt, and I hung.
You put it in the zip-up pocket of a bell-bottom jeans.
I didn't hide it in a suit. I hide it in one of my jeans pockets that my wife never. I never wash it. My wife never washes it. The kids never borrow the clothes.
They're in a pair of my skinny pants.
Skinny jeans.
When,
My skinny jeans.
oh, so you'll never
They're
ever.
in a pair of my jeans 30, 32.
Yeah.
I still have the
They're,
same.
they're in my 30, 32s.
Back in
You
1982.
realize I still have a 34-inch waist.
I have a 34-inch waist.
What?
I don't.
Do you really?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Oh
was
no!
that
I just.
look?
Sorry, I just seemed like you were fatter
probably
than
the
me. No, Ted. If you were going to say who was fatter, me or Mark, who would you say?
I weigh 190 pounds.
Guys,
I weigh 190 pounds.
I think you should be like a
Wait,
rock
do you have any
sock
cool
robot.
shirts
Yeah.
I could wear? No, you have shitty shirts. I see them every day.
Dude, I am.
Okay,
You have terrible
arm
clothes.
wrestling contest.
I don't. No. I just don't want to wear your. Oh, I'm playing this out, man. All right. So, with our new theme music playing in the background. I love this song. This is my favorite song of all time. Listen, keep listening.
You're not giving any credit to the.
Six Pura. The actual name of the song is Godzilla.
Nice.
Yeah, the actual name of the song is Godzilla. I don't know how I found it.
Makes me feel like a big lizard. I know what you mean.
Oh man, but it just I loved it. I like different kinds of rap and stuff, so I just
Yeah, it's a
when I
little
heard it,
different,
yeah, I loved it. Listen up, we got some really cool things coming up. We got some really neat people coming up. Keep listening. Tell everybody. Hit all of our stuff. You guys, we're going to have some fun stuff. And you know what? Enjoy.